By our TV crew to a section of Philadelphia where thousands of people kill over like zombies addicted to a drug that's meant for animals.
Yeah, the street name is Tranq, and federal agents told us the drug has already made its way to New York City. It's mixed in the fentanyl and the heroin supply. It's eating away at people's skin. Mary Murphy joins us now with a preview of our special report at 10 p.m. Mary.
Hi, Corinne Tampson. You know, my colleague John Frazzi and I have been in the news business for 40 years, and we've never seen anything like this. People on the verge of losing their legs or arms because this animal tranquilizer called xylazine, or Tranq, is infecting their bones. They're now keeled over, as you said, on sidewalks along Kensington Avenue in Philadelphia because they're being heavily sedated by Tranq, which is mixed in with highly addictive fentanyl and heroin. Fentanyl may be driving the fatal overdose rates in the United States, but Tranq is leading to amputations because the people can't stop using it and it's boring into their muscles and bones.
Next thing you know, you wake up with these these holes all over you, these sores in your legs, and Barbara, they just pop you out of anywhere.
Have the doctors told you that you could lose your leg?
Yes.
And that's not enough to get you to stop?
Trying. It's a lot easier said than done.
You would wake up and we'd be completely sick.
Have the doctors or nurses said that you could lose your hands because of the Tranq?
Yeah, I mean, there's a possibility. Yeah, it's a possibility. A lot of my friends have lost their limbs already.
You had problems on your legs?
I did, man. I had like a hole in I had to hold my shin. There was a hole, man. I got in bed one night, man, and I was like washing my leg, and I could literally put 2 fingers in there.
Tranq is in 90% of the drugs that were lab tested in Philadelphia, and it's already here in the city, possibly in 25% of the narcotic supply in New York City. Tonight at 10, we will look at whether the Drug Enforcement Administration has any control over Tranq, which is moving across the Northeast to the southern United States and out west. Tamsin and Corey.
It can cause necrotic ulcers, it can spread, it can depress your respiratory system. Andrea Nakano talked to a man who was able to pull himself out of a fentanyl addiction about why the rise of this drug is so concerning.
Xylazine is not even approved for human use. It's a veterinary tranquilizer most commonly known on the streets as Tranq. It causes severe side effects and even deaths, but the problem is most people don't know they're using it.
You're a drug addict, right?
Tom Wolf's addiction spiraled out of control after getting hooked on oxycodone after a foot surgery. It led to a heroin and fentanyl addiction, and within months, this father and husband ended up calling the streets of San Francisco his home.
Basically offered an ultimatum at a certain point by her to either go to...
What they're getting.
Imagine if you had a gun that had a chamber to hold 10 bullets, and you had put 8 bullets in there and you spinned it. That's what it is when you use fentanyl right now. There's an 8 in 10 chance that if you use cocaine or meth or MDMA or something like that, that it's laced with fentanyl and you could die.
But now it may not just be fentanyl. There are signs xylazine is seeping into the market.
You can just walk out into Kensington Avenue and you can smell the...
Oh, if you look closer,
but now
you see Bear. Can you see Bear? Bear?
Oh, yeah, Bear, right?
Yeah. That Monsanto pharmaceutical company, because we all know about the poisons, how how they killed all them folks at...
Yeah, Bear owned all kind of companies. Monsanto.
Right.
Bear was the aspirin. Bear.
Right.
May not just be fentanyl. There are signs
I forgot about
seeping
Bear.
into the market.
You can just walk out into Kensington Avenue and you can smell the rotting flesh.
But now it may not just be fentanyl. There are signs xylazine is seeping into the market.
You can just walk out into Kensington Avenue and you can smell the rotting flesh. It's awful.
Xylazine has been prominent in the East Coast, especially Pennsylvania, where it's estimated Tranq is in 90% of Philadelphia's dope supply. Many don't know it's in the meth or fentanyl that they are using until they start to see their skin decompose.
This is kind of like how it's healed. It just heals like a burn. But yeah, this was like all open.
Melanie Bettis is a recovering addict and didn't know her drugs were laced with xylazine.
I came here because this was the easiest, most convenient open-air drug market, and it was 15 minutes away from where I was raised.
According to the San Francisco Department of Public Health, it was the first time the city found traces of xylazine after doing tests on 4 overdose victims last month. There have been no reports of skin wounds caused by the drug yet in the city, but some are concerned Tranq will soon be prevalent in the drug supply on the streets.
We don't have time because there's 2 people dying a day from overdose. So we're really kind of stuck in a quagmire of what to do.
Well, it's not just us. A study in June found xylazine in 36 states. In November, the FDA issued a nationwide alert to doctors about it. Well, because Tranq is not an opioid, it does not respond to Narcan, which is used to reverse fentanyl overdoses. It does save lives. This week, an FDA panel recommended that Narcan be made available over the counter. The final decision on that will be made in the next few weeks.